These are the OKNIFE U1 Ultra folding utility knives. Now, full disclosure, this is a paid review, but the opinions in this video are my own. Alright, so each one of these knives comes in at right around $55, which is a bit pricey for a utility knife, but let's take a closer look at them because they do have some pretty unique features that may just make them worth the price. Each one comes in a nice little box, a cool printing on the front, as well as some information about the knife. And opening up the box, there's a card that shows you how to replace the blade. Then of course there is the knife, which is nicely wrapped in some plastic. Under that there's this multi-tool which has a couple different features on it, and it also helps you replace the blade. And then there's this pretty handy user manual. And here's the 3 different knives. They're all pretty much the same. The only difference is their color. I do want to point out that this one here is labeled Stealth Gray, but as you can see, it's more of a dark green color. Still looks really cool, it's just not what I would call a Stealth Gray. But anyway, we'll take a closer look at this knife here. Now, it's actually made out of titanium, which I think is pretty cool. It makes it lightweight and durable. The sandblasted finish on it looks really nice. It's also nice and smooth. And on one side of the knife here, there's actually a pocket clip. It is removable, but you cannot flip it over to the other side. And the knife has 2 ways to open it. You can either use this thumb stud here, or you can use the flipper. And once opened up, it locks into place, and then pressing this button here, you can fold it back up. Now, you might have already noticed, but the utility knife blade on here doesn't quite look like a standard utility blade. It's actually a ceramic blade, which is more durable and longer lasting than a standard metal blade. Now, if you've never used a ceramic blade before, it kind of looks like plastic, but it is no joke. You can see this thing is razor sharp. Just glides right through the paper. And another pro to the ceramic blades is that they don't rust like metal blades. That being said, the ceramic blades are easier to break and more prone to chipping than metal ones. But anyway, this utility knife has a pretty unique way of changing out the blade. You can see on the end of the blade holder, there's a little screw with a lock and an arrow on it. And taking the multi-tool that comes with it or a pair of pliers, you can put that over the tool and start to loosen that screw. And once it's loose enough, you'll be able to pull the blade right out and stick in a new blade. And if you were wondering, the ceramic blades here are exactly the same as your standard utility knife blade. So since the knife doesn't come with any extra blades, if you do end up damaging it, you can replace it with a metal one. Now, another feature this knife has that I think is pretty cool is you can actually use pretty much the full blade of the knife. Compared to the standard utility knife here, you get almost double the blade length. And you may not use the full blade too often, but sometimes it can come in handy. Anyway though, overall I think this is a pretty cool utility knife. It's nice and compact, it has a super solid titanium build. I've never actually seen a ceramic utility knife blade, so I think that's super cool as well, and I can't wait to get some actual use out of it. I do wish the knives came with replacement blades, at least one, just in case they break, but putting that aside, these are pretty cool knives.